I read the message in silence. The chatter around me faded. Forks scraped plates, glasses clinked. Someone laughed too loud. I smiled. 2 days later, their lawyer called. His voice was tight. "We need to fix this. Urgently. Call immediately." It's strange. The moment someone burns the last bridge, you stop fearing the fire. For years, my mother was the one person I thought I could never lose. She had that smile, the one that promised safety. She used to braid my hair before school, leave notes in my lunch. She told me, "Family is blood. Blood doesn't turn on you." I believed her, until she proved herself a liar. It started small, locked bedroom door when I came home early, whispers that stopped when I entered the room. My stepfather's hand withdrawing from her shoulder a second too late. I wanted to believe I was imagining it, that the savings account I'd built with my father's inheritance hadn't been merged into hers, that the temporary loan wasn't funding their new kitchen. But lies have a smell, and once you notice it, you can't breathe the same air without choking. The truth came in a single piece of mail. My father's house, my house, quietly signed over. Her signature neat, my stepfather's just beneath. My name, nowhere. I didn't confront her, not yet. I smiled, nodded at dinner, and asked about her day. She told me she was so proud of the woman I'd become. I was already planning her undoing. First step, make myself invisible. I stopped arguing, stopped reacting. I paid my part of the bills without delay. If she thought I was drifting, she'd stop watching. Second, quietly secure what I could. Bank accounts frozen under identity theft investigation. My lawyer, a friend from university, filed an injunction over the property transfer, all under sealed court notice so she wouldn't get the letter for weeks. Third, control the narrative. I told extended family I'd been thinking about moving abroad, just enough to plant a seed. My absence would seem voluntary. By the time she texted me, "Locks changed, you have no home," she thought she'd won. 2 days later, I walked into her lawyer's office. Not mine, hers. He looked like he hadn't slept, he asked. I said nothing. She can't legally evict you without proper notice, especially not from a property under litigation. This could get messy. I leaned back, watching him squirm. I'm fine with messy. The court date came fast. My mother arrived in pearls and that old fake warmth. My stepfather stood beside her, hands clasped like a churchgoer. The judge was brief. The transfer of ownership was invalid. The inheritance was to be restored. And, this was my favorite part, the legal fees would be paid from their joint account. I didn't look at her when the gavel fell. But my revenge wasn't in the courtroom. That was just paperwork. The real moment came weeks later, at another family gathering. She was hosting this time, all polished smiles, playing the gracious matriarch. Halfway through dessert, my aunt leaned in, loud enough for the table to hear, "So, you're moving back into your father's house?" I nodded, slowly. Yes. The court ruled in my favor. Apparently, forged signatures don't hold up too well. Silence. Forks mid-air. My mother's face didn't crack, but her hand trembled just enough to rattle her teacup. I kept my tone light. "Oh, and the locks? I changed them again. You'll need to return the spare key." She didn't meet my eyes for the rest of the night. I didn't do it for the house, or the money. I did it so the next time she smiled that warm, motherly smile at someone, she'd know that I knew. That I'd taken everything back without raising my voice, without breaking a single law. I did it so that every time she passed the street where I lived, she'd feel the weight of a door she could no longer open. Justice isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet click of a lock, from the inside. And when their lawyer called, desperate to fix this, I already knew there was nothing left to fix.